Welcome back to ATEM Off-Road. Dustin here. Hope you guys are all having a good day. As you can see, I'm back in the garage and I'm building a light bar roof rack for our budget build $500 cheap Cherokee XJ. And I'm really excited about that because I've got this tent here that I need to get on this roof rack so we can continue on building up that Jeep. Now, MXR, which is the sponsor of today's video, sent me some of these pretty cool lights that just came out 2025. And I just started unboxing the first 4. I'm going to be doing 6 on this light bar. And yeah, I'll just finish up sharing with you the rest of the rack design and then mounting up the tent. So that's what we'll be doing in this video. Let's get to it. Now for this roof rack build, it's going to be very simple in design. Basically, we're going to be making a rectangular rack. That way we can mount the Inspired Overland rooftop tent. The tent is going to be about 80 pounds, so it doesn't need to be like overbuilt. Just strong and light enough in material and to support everyday driving and 2 people sleeping in the tent. Now, I just went to my local steel supplier and picked up 2x1 and 1x1 20-foot sticks of square tube. And this should be plenty enough to build this rack. Now, because I'm going to be incorporating a light bar on this rack, I figured we'll start with that first because I'll have to build a custom harness. So I want to have the light bar portion of this rack ready to go, and then I can just weld it all up at the end. Now for the bar itself, you can see I've used the 1x1 square tube and I've cut the 2 ends to 30-degree angles and just welded on some stubs. That way the bar sticks out just a little bit past the front of the rooftop tent. Now for securing the lights to the bar, I'm going to drill several holes spaced out evenly, starting with 1/4 inch and moving up to 3/8 drill bit. And yeah, if you've noticed, I've got a new drill press for the garage and it worked out pretty good for its first project. All right, so this is going to be my MIG welder. It's set up for gas right now, but you could use flux core, stick welding, any kind of process. This is the Hobart 187, and I've pretty much got it dialed in. It's set at 4 on the voltage, 30 on the wire speed. And yeah, I'm ready to weld the light bar to the front of the roof rack. Now I'm going to be using 6 of these 5-inch spot beam lights by MaxPeedingRods. They are the Crosshair series, and we just did a review on them in the last video. But now I'm going to share with you how I turned 3 harnesses into 1 for this light bar. The main harness here is split from 2 to 1, so you have 2 lights coming off the 1 harness. This one is the 3rd one I've got plugged in downstream, and these 2 we're going to merge to 1 on one side of the 2 to 1. So it'll be 2 to 1 and then 2 to 1 back to the relay and the battery. So that's what I've done on this one to make 3 connectors for 3 lights and then 2 harnesses for 6 lights. Now the white and the yellow wires are going to be for the DRLs, and then the red and the black is the positive and negative for the main spot beam lights. I'm going to be using these solder butt splices with heat shrink to connect the DRLs. They're low current, so we don't really need to crimp them. I think soldering is going to be sufficient enough. So I'm just going to do a Western Union splice where you just kind of put an X and you want to twist the wire over one another to make a really strong connection all the way down and back. Then we'll slip our piece over like so, and then that one's good, and then we have the heat shrink here to go over that. 3/8 crimp ferrules. We'll go ahead and add 1 to each wire, and then Western Union splice these in. And then we're going to go ahead and crimp these 2. All right, so that's looking really good. Real nice and crimped together, and then solder these 2. Add our heat shrink to those. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Seal it all up and then we'll test it. That's the 2 to 1. And that's looking pretty good. Should be a solid connection. We'll get this last harness hooked up to the battery and we'll get it all tested up. Let's go ahead and give it a try. I've got two switches here. Turn them both on. And yeah, that's putting off a bunch of light. Then we'll turn on the DRLs, turn those off. Those are the 6K white and 3K amber. And you can see I really like how they show up on the switch as amber. I'm pretty thrilled with the outcome for this light bar. The only other problems I now need to solve is getting everything to work on one switch. So with that being said, let's start working on that. So you can see I've taken one switch out of the circuit. It's important that you do that. But then we have this switch here. Now for the coil on the relays, that's going to be 85 to ground. In theory, if we add a jumper wire from 85 to 85, with one switch, we should be able to turn on both coils. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this green wire here. Just going to stick this wire right down in the contacts. Just don't want any tin whiskers. And then we've essentially jumped the coils. So if I were to push this button, all 6 lights would come on, but the DRLs. So let's go ahead and try it. There it is. So you can see here where they've all come on using one switch, 2 relays. Only have 3 DRLs. So now we've got to solve that problem. So I went ahead and bolted the 2 relays together with a through bolt. That way they're just secure together. And then I've jumped the whites with the white and the yellows with the yellow. And yeah, I think we should be good now with our jumper for the coils on the one switch. With one switch, on and off. And the DRLs, 6K white, 3K amber. Yeah, that's doing pretty good. Let's see if they all come on at the same time. Awesome. So our little circuit does work. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think this thing is ready to get cleaned up and fit up to the Jeep. Alright, so I'm tacking this thing together and I notice my floor is not level at all. So I've taken this piece of flat stock and clamped it to both ends of the tube. That way I can weld the crossbar to the bottom, more of the bottom of the tube. That way it's flush on the bottom here. So we'll go ahead and get these on center. We've got 15 inches from the end to center, 40 and 63. So I'm going to make sure they're all squared. We'll get them tacked in and then we'll check everything over one more time. Make sure it's all square and then burn it all in. Now after tacking everything up and just double checking that everything was square, I went and finished welding the one side and then flipped it over and finished the other side. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the outcome on all the welds. And all I gotta do now is weld in the end caps. That way no water or anything gets in. Now to secure the rack to the Jeep, I picked up these 6 gutter mounts from MaxPeedingRods. They're about 45 bucks for the kit on Amazon, and I think they're going to work perfect for securing the rack to the Jeep. I'll go ahead and clamp them on, and then we'll get them burned in. Getting ready to paint this thing, and I wanted to share with you the locations of our gutter mounts. And as you can see, I've got the tube pretty much on the back end of the tube. This length is going to be 80 inches long by 52 inches width. I welded on the front and the backs on both sides. Then I put the rack on the Jeep and then figured out where I wanted it in the center crossbar. And as you can see, it's pretty offset. I wanted this rack as low as possible, so I went with a 1/4 inch offset from being flush to the top of the tube on the ends. And then when I put the rack on the Jeep, this is where the center one landed. And then I took some clamps, clamped them down really nice and secure, took the rack back off and burned in the last 2 gutter mounts. So all 6 mounts are welded in. Pretty happy with the total outcome with this. As you can see, all the welds look really good. I'm gonna wipe this down with some alcohol and get everything really nice and clean, get all the oils and everything off. We'll hit it with a tack rag. I'll get this painted with some 2X primer. Paint one side, flip it over, paint the other side, and then allow it to dry for a couple days. So we'll be back in a moment. Now, while the paint was drying, I decided to route the harness through the passenger side fender up to the light bar. You can see I've got the relays right here. I'm just going to kind of stuff them in this hole. Got the fuses here, and then the eyelets will go straight to the battery. And it just comes out to the other side at the door jamb. Now for the controls, I've got those wires, which I have a backup. I'm just gonna route those under the dash. And then you can see it comes out of the door jamb, up the A-pillar, and over the top of the windshield. And this is what it looks like hooked up to the battery. And then I just have my son installing the switch on the dash. We just routed it through the bezel here, and yeah, we're just gonna test it out, and everything seems to be working good. All right, so I'm working on the lights right here. Every one of them's gonna get this shock-proof gasket. I did have to get some longer stainless steel bolts. These are 2 inch in length because we're gonna be securing them down, but these have like 2 nipples there that kind of go into these indents on the bottom of the bracket, and they just go on like that. And then I've got some stainless steel nuts. So we'll go ahead and bolt these on just like that. This will be the first one here. I'll go right over the top and set it down. All right, so I'm gonna start connecting these lights to the harness, and essentially those 2 are gonna be the furthest ones, and then we've got 4 relatively in the same area. So I'm just gonna start with this one. We'll get them snapped in. I'm gonna finish up these gutter mounts by putting the brackets on so they clamp to the rain gutter of the Jeep. This is what it's supposed to look like. So we'll do this one. So there you have it. The tent is on the Jeep, and I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I tried my best to make it as low as possible. You can see there's a little bit of a gap here. If I were to do it differently, I'd probably arch the crossbars to where it can sit lower over the top of the roof. But for that, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I've built a rack similar to this, and I know that the 2x1 sitting up vertically is gonna be strong enough for 2 people on this tent. So there's actually gonna be 4 crossbars. You have the 3 that I welded, and then the one in the front where the tent is gonna rest on top. And yeah, I really like how the rack is the same length as the tent, and it looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna put an awning and maybe a shower on the other side. Let me know what you guys think. I think it looks pretty cool. lights, they're super bright. Those are gonna be awesome for these shorter camping days. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this thing camping, but for now, all of this actually has to come off as I need to do something with the paint and the fenders and everything. It's looking pretty bad, it's really worn out. So we'll do a refresher like we did on the white XJ to this one. And then I'm also excited for an upcoming lift kit that's gonna be installed on this. And we'll be doing that, rolling out the next couple of videos. So with that, as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.